that jack of all trades is actually the ability to swing the ball. He normally does it when he opens the bowling, which he does come from Scotland, and he's done around the world with various franchise tournaments, but the ball can reverse, and he can sometimes get the ball to swing, and that could be a real surprise package for the batters.
That's the thing about him. Sometimes it does look like he's bowling medium pace swing, and we talk a lot about where he delivers the ball from, but also the way he uses the width of the crease. He can angle the ball in when he's coming around the wicket. There is there is a surprise ball from Mark Watt, but he's just lost the radar.
Yeah, that's become a bit of a trademark of his. He says he tried to rush him. Walsh goes to play it, but says think he'll take the extra run, extra delivery.
And that's going to be another 4 past the diving Watt. So this little tussle, on that occasion won by that man there.
Yeah, bludgeons straight from Mitchell Marsh's. Didn't quite, a little bit of width, that's all he needed, just bowling that 4th stump line, and Mitchell Marsh says thank you very much for staying very leg side of the ball to allow his hands to access it. Not the worst ball in the world, but on this pitch, it's gone for 4. Sol comes in to retrieve the ball, it's been thrown back in. Just that wide. Watt's got one more to go.
It was actually Cameron Green. The ball passed him on that occasion. He's taking his time this time. Gets underneath this one and throws everything at it. That has gone miles, and Andrew Leonard, Lenny with the fielding. Oh, one of Ireland's finest. He bowls leg spin, he fields the ball, but finishes the over with a 6.
Australia, 79 for 2. As we watch this again, Mark Watt had to bowl the extra delivery because of that wide. Goes a little bit too full, balls that 1 step length that all spinners want to avoid. And Andrew Lenny, he's hidden around there somewhere. The sun's come out, so he's trying to shade to protect that swing of his. But unfortunately, Mark Watt not finishing the over how he wants to. The last one, finishing with a 6. Another wonderful strike, and we're going to see another change of bowling. Jack Jarvis coming in from the nursery end. Didn't quite have the outing he wanted in the first game, but an opportunity for him to show his skills. A very promising young career, Jack Jarvis.
Good ball first up as well from Jarvis. It's been a difficult, challenging series for him, but I'm sure it'll be one that he'll look back on and feel that he's learned a lot, Ali.
100%. You know, he's kind of burst onto the scene initially with the European Cricket League that runs in Spain and around Europe. In fact, we made his mark as a batter initially. He bowled a little bit, but he's worked really hard on his bowling to try and gain an extra yard, gain those skills, and he's been a successful start to his international career.
Oh, he's got him! He's got a wicket! And it's the big one of Marsh! Well, it's been a tough series for Jack Jarvis, but that brings a smile to his face, cleans him up, and the change in bowling has worked. Marsh has to depart.
Yeah, brilliant from Jarvis. All he's done is come in and hit the length he wanted to. He talked about how he struggled in that first game, and he went the distance there. Once again, that line outside off stump, batters trying to drag it on this slow range surface to the leg side, not being able to pick up the pace of the ball, and he's absolutely delighted, Jack Jarvis. The Scottish crowd have gone quiet. Is that the spark they needed? Mitchell Marsh goes for 31, Australia 79 for 3.
get you. You send Mitch Marsh back, out walks Tim David, one of the most brutal hitters in the game. But Scotland will take much heart from that. What a moment for Jack Jarvis.
Yeah, brilliant for the young man. Look at the smile on his face. He had a tough outing the other day. It was interesting. Mitch Marsh, first 2 balls went at him hard, so really pleased for the young man.
Walks at him first up, Tim David. Won't want to let the youngster get on top of him. He'll come back for a second safely.
I'm just wondering, Mel, it was obviously with how his first game against Australia on Wednesday, and whether Australia had sort of targeted him as a bowler to look to access, because Mitch Marsh has been a little bit circumspect. When it's been there to hit, he's hit it. He's nerdled around it. But those very first 2 balls from Jack Jarvis, he went really hard at them. And then Tim David already shuffling down the pitch. So maybe this is the bowler look to target, but that brings risks and that brings the bowler into the game. So these 3 deliveries will be really interesting to see how Australia approach them.
Swiping across the line again, getting all of it. Is that pretty much a tactic of looking and saying, well, this is a young bowler, pretty new to the international scene. We're going to take him out of the game.
Possibly, or it might be a horses for courses, a situation depending on conditions. They might be thinking, well, look, we know what this pace of Sol can bring. We know the left arm of Curry. We know Safian Sharif's experienced ability to roll his fingers off. This is the seam where we feel in these conditions is going to provide us the most hittable balls, and we're going to look to take him on.
Again, just not quite middling it. Once he does, look out wherever you're sitting here at the Grange. Talking to some of the net bowlers from Scotland who were bowling at Tim David in the net. One of them said to me, boy, does he hit it hard. He's quite entertaining to watch in the nets. He is Australia's 6 machine. He does absolutely wallop it.
He's such an intimidating force. He's sitting there 6'4", built like a brick house. So that in itself can be really intimidating.
Down the ground. Again, it wasn't the most convincing shot this time from Green, but it falls safely. It's an important over for Jarvis. A wicket coming from at 7 runs. After 10, it's 86 for 3.
What was in the game there for a minute? Jack Jarvis hits the top of the bat, hits the splice bat. Safian Sharif comes scampering round to try and get there. Can't quite get it. They'll need wickets soon, Scotland. Australia, 86 for 3.
A tough task for Scotland containing this Australia side, but they have made inroads. See the back of Travis Head, Mitch Marsh in particular. 2 wickets to Curry and a wicket to Jack Jarvis. Wonderful first over, played in the first T20, was really smacked around a bit and was left out for the second match. So good for the youngster to see him take a wicket on return. Chris Soul is back. Just getting the ball to nip in a little bit too, Chris Soul.
Yeah, I think straight in with a pace off delivery, running his fingers over, just running it back at the batter. Tim David, we know, likes to set himself. The key here for Sol is to be able, we talked about it yesterday, Mel, when you bowl at that raw pace, it's a real asset. But what also brings in is those pace-off deliveries, then on themselves, then make it even harder to time because there's a big drop in pace. If you're only bowling sort of 80, 82 miles an hour, you don't get that same disguise, that same ability to add confusion to the batter.
Again, Chris Soul really has taken this to the Australians. How much has he brought with him to the Scotland side in the pace that he's been able to develop really in the past sort of 18 months, 2 years.
Well, he's always been able to hold quick. I mean, he's got the quickest fast muscle fibres you'll see. You should see him across the outfield. He is rapid. Everything he does is rapid. So the pace has never been the thing about Chris. The thing that Chris has really brought in the last 18 months, 2 years is the control that comes with that. Because bowling quick is one thing, but if you don't have it in a controlled manner where you can actually construct an over, construct a spell of bowling, and swing the ball, then it doesn't really have the effect, especially when you get to this top level. See Cameron Green losing his long spikes out there, losing a long spring, but that's been it, is the ability to add control to the pace is what's made him so dangerous and made him such a wicket taker. He has now become the spearhead of the Scotland town.
Oh, he does get this one though, Green. That's gone. It's felt like a little while, but it's another 6 to Green, who's taken up the mantle now.
Once again, a little bit, as the young kid's delighted he gets a chance to throw the ball. But once again, Scotland's trot, as soon as they feel they got a little bit of control coming back, Australia counter-punch, counter-attack straight away. Cameron Green's sitting there waiting for it, just the swivel, picks it up, clears it to the nets there, another maximum.
It's the short ball again, isn't it? It's really got to be a good short ball to trouble the Australians. They're so used to it. Green's another one. He's played a lot at the Wacker.
We've talked a lot about using this surface, and they've just been at this in-between length too much. They're either, when you're using the surface, you've got to get it waist height, just above the stumps, or you have to get it head height. That in-between, sitting in the pitch, and these Scottish surfaces, that's where it sits up and has to be hit. That's almost like a throwdown length where you say thank you very much. The ability, when it's waist height, you can't step into the ball. When it's head height, you can't get on top of it, and they just haven't got those lengths enough to stay Scotland.
That is waist height. It's protection in the deep, so it'll just be a single to finish that over. Productive one, 9 runs coming from it, and after 11 it's 95 for 3. Some brutal hitting. Great to see the kids being so involved. That little boy is going to be talking about this for months. Sunshine here at the Grange now. Fitting too that this series should reach its conclusion in sunshine, because it really has been a bright moment in Scotland cricket. And Australia here putting up a good fight at the moment. It's a good tussle.
Do you think we can call it officially a heatwave in Scotland now? This sun has been here for 10 whole minutes. You've got Andrew Leonard out the front in your video, we can't believe it.
Safian Sharif bowling again, and this time first ball dispatched, and done so convincingly as well.
Yeah, it's that length again, isn't it? He's just not quite got it high enough. These Australian batters are too good from that length. It's not enough grip in the surface to be able to get it. You need to smash it in there. Again, as soon as it gets to chest height, it's too easy. Safian, he's got to go slightly fuller, so he's hit the pocket, keep hitting the pocket, make the batters reach for that length, or go out the head. That in-between has shown across the three games there's no value whatsoever.
Tim David has already plundered 13 runs. A little bit pace off there, and as a result not able to get it away. The problem is, it's just, you have to be on every single ball with the Australians. Scotland have to be at their best the entire time. Any little variation off the mark, whether it's pace, whether it's length, whether it's line, they're going to punish it.
Yeah, the margin for error is so small when you're talking at this sort of level, but that's the exposure these Scotland bowlers need. They have the skills. We have seen that over the last couple of years. It's just the consistency of bringing them to the fore. So there, again, that length there, the moment that we have seen an Australia batter try to pull that length from just outside off stump, which was sort of pocket height, we saw Mitchell Marsh drag on. There, we've seen a mistime pull from Cameron Green, who's just gone back-to-back boundaries. So the thing for me is that we need to make sure that we're hitting the right areas. We know we want to take pace with the ball. The plans are there. They're no different to the Australian bowlers, but it's just the ability to hit the right spot and use the surface to the best of your ability.
100 has come up in this over as well. Stopped by Sharif. Australia crossing that 100 mark in the 12th over. They have made improvements, at least having the best power play bowling to Australia. But the problem is Australia have just done so much better at forming partnerships.
Yeah, and that's to be expected. We know the quality of the batters that are coming in. Say Tim David coming in at 5 has not had a huge amount to do in this series thus far, and it's an intimidating thing, but that's why we want to expose ourselves to this level.
Oh, I was just about to say a more effective bouncer, but it's too high. It's pretty impressive if you can score a wide against either Cameron Green or Tim David, because you practically need a ladder just to go up and talk to them face to face. I do anyway.
I'd say that even I have to look up at both of them, and it's not many, but I don't mind a wide like that. That wide, it's to a concerted plan. It's not quite executed, but you'd rather miss there than where they have been missing, because you might just get away with that, but as soon as you get it missed sort of chest high, you're in trouble.
Well, managed to get that on ball on that occasion. He gave himself an awful lot of room, Green. It's a better full delivery. I think he saw him going.
Yeah, and this is probably Safian's best bowlers as Yorker. Earlier we were chatting about all the different plans are, and that is the other plan, is almost go to your death options, which are hitting the toes, hitting the heels, trying to get under the bat swing. And it is a risk reward, but I'd like to have seen Safi go to that a little bit more, because it's such a strength of his.
Goes full again and keeps them to a single again. Nope, it's a misfield, so they're going to come back for a second. Finding it very hard to contain these Australians. 12 overs gone, 106 for 3.
Yeah, it's just not quite been Scotland's day so far. Glimpses as ever. You see Brad Curry, another very good fielder. We saw him take one of the highlight catches of last year's Vitality Blast on the boundary last year, but Australia have just, whenever Scotland have shown a little bit of resilience, have immediately counter-punched and currently are strolling home to another victory.
Now, how do Scotland stop this Australian juggernaut? They've gone back to Mark Watt. Do you like this plan, Ali? It's just looking a bit too cruisy at the moment for the Aussies.
Yeah, well, Mark Watt, we know he's been one of the outstanding bowlers regularly Scotland over a number of years now. He likes to bowl the tough overs, and it doesn't get much tougher than this. It's not been his series last couple of games, but if anyone can make something happen, it's Mark.
Problem is, see there the equation, 44 or 47. Australia can get there by just knocking it around at the moment and wait for a bad ball to put away. They need wickets very quickly.
Yeah, and that's the thing, it's so difficult when you don't have that scoreboard pressure to be able to put the Australian batters under the pump a little bit. They know they can absorb a couple of overs of decent bowling, they can tick it around, and then they can counter-punch and go again. It's just not been the platform to be able to bowl at a target that's defendable.
Watt is just adjusting his field at the moment. It's brought a man who is down at deep square leg to deep mid-wicket. And the man
भाई लोग अगर चैनल पर नए चैनल कर लें सब्सक्राइब
deep mid-wicket further straighter as well.
वीडियो को लाइक
He's
करें गाइस
expecting the big hit here from David, or signalling it anyway.
He's basically saying to Tim David, you can paddle and ramp all you want. You've got all that space now, pretty much from just behind square all the way behind the bat. I'm not sure that that's something that Tim David tends to go to, but we shall see.
He did go for the big hoik. It's just dribbled off the bottom of the bat. It's a good over so far from Watt. Creating a little bit of pressure, but wanted to eventuate in something. Brings out the reverse, and it's a mighty 1-2. Brilliantly played by Green. Could see what Mark Watt was doing, and he responds with another mighty Mo.
Brilliant, just brilliant. Look at that. He identified that he's gone, well, I'm going to put the protection right in front of the bat. I don't expect either of you to be behind square. Cameron Green goes, okay, I'll show you how it's done. Mark Watt, a wry smile. That has a brilliance, and Cameron Green moves on into the 40s.
भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लें.
And it'll be a leisurely single to finish their cruising home. Australia, just a little bit too easy again, and after 13 overs, it's 115 for 3.
We see the Australian worm inching its way past that Scottish purple line. The Scots early took wickets. They built a little bit of pressure, but Cameron Green has come to the crease and wrestled all momentum back Australia's way. Jack Jarvis gets first wicket of the series, getting rid of the captain Mitchell Marsh, but since Tim David's come in, they've built another platform here, Australia. If Scotland are trying to wrestle an unlikely first victory in this series, first victory against Australia, they're going to have to do something special. Another change of bowling as Jack Jarvis comes back in at the nursery end, as we invite Andrew Leonard back into the commentary box.
Very good afternoon to you, Ali. Good afternoon, everyone. For Australia, well, being honest, they're cantering home. They are outclassing Scotland today, as they have done throughout the series, and for Scotland they're going to be looking at this match, this one in particular, really all three of their batting efforts, and they're going to look back in anger.
Yeah, they're going to rue missed opportunities. They haven't showcased the brilliance that they have in it. That Brandon McMullen's obviously been the standout. George Munsey has shown elements of the power that he has, but apart from that, no one's gone with them.
They had 180 on the board. All of a sudden, as this one's driven in the ground for 4 more, the feather of a finger that Jarvis didn't get on it. It'd be, well, 69 then to win, or sorry, 59 to win off the last 40 balls. And there's very much a game on if you get a wicket or two. Instead, quality of Green and Tim David, it's guiding Australia home.
Yeah. Scoreboard pressure is they see the Scottish fans getting into it. Scoreboard pressure is one of the biggest factors that comes into it, and just at no point in this series has Scotland managed to apply that.
Be another T20 I-50, a second for Cameron Green. He's still very early in this format. It's come at a good clip too. He's tall, he's strong, he's powerful, he's a wonderful bowler as well. And now he's added 50 off just 33 deliveries. What an all-rounder he is.
Yeah, and he does it in all formats. We've seen him do it in the Test team when he's been required. He's still learning his craft, so watch out, cricketers around the world. This guy has got a platform to go on and build year on year. He can hit 360. We know the size of the man can hit down the ground, but he can do the finesse game as well. And with that ability to bowl those hard overs, he adds such a balance, this Australian team.
Swing and a miss this time from Tim David.
Yeah, and obviously we've spoken about the balance of the Scotland side a lot, Lenny, over the course of the last 3 days, but when you've got someone like a Cameron Green who can bowl you 4 overs easily and also then bat in the top 4, that gives you such a luxury to be able to find that balance, and it's such a rarity to have in your side.
There's signs that Scotland could find that balance, that they have all-round options. They just consistently gone with fewer batters than we all feel that they require. What an extraordinary stroke this is. The modern T20 game in a nutshell. He hasn't really hit it here on purpose, but it's, well, a samurai uppercut or something to that effect over the left shoulder of Matthew Cross. He's going to run away for 4 more.
Yeah, everything they've attempted so far in this series, Australia have gone their way. It's almost, I don't know how you describe that shot. Jack Jarvis, smile, young man. There you go. There's not much you can do about that. You've executed your plan. You've managed to find the edge. It's not the way it's meant to. And Jack Jarvis, we talk about who that could. Jack Jarvis, that could be that next all-round for Scotland. He's not had the chance to show what he can do with the bat, but he's a clean striker of the ball, and he will certainly have learned a lot with ball in hand in this series.
I think he's one that has a huge amount of potential, a very high ceiling. This one's been mishit, but it's found the gap between the 2 fielders, and it's going to rest away for another boundary. It's 4 more to close out an expensive 14th over. It's 130 for 3.
Yeah, I think there's 2 types of mishits, Lenny. I think there's a normal person's mishit, and there's a Tim David mishit. We thought for a very quick second there might be somebody in luck in the boundary, but 1 bounce for Tim David races on and pretty much getting Australia home.
Seeing a little bit of the best of Cameron Green. He scored all around the ground, hasn't he? And uses those long levers. Even when Mark Watt got the 25, 26 yarder out, he reverse sweeps it all the way for 6. The range of strokes and quality of ball striking, allied to his near 140 km/h bowling, well, almost a complete package. There's a lot of excitement about him when he came onto the scene. This one is ramped up towards Cross, who can't quite hold on. Well, Chris Soule would have deserved a breakthrough. By a matter of inches, Cross is denied.
Yeah, he's a brilliant compliment, Matthew Cross. He's been hidden away in associate cricket, but got some of the best hands in the world there. You could see him initially, he didn't quite track the ball flight, and he could have took a step in. And by the time he readjusted and he scrambled back and he tried to they couldn't quite get the diving. Chris Soule, he's toiled and toiled and toiled and not quite got his rewards today thus far.
Just 19 required from here for Australia. This goes almost to the heavens. It's gone so far. It's going to be a catching opportunity, and it's held on to. There is the just desserts, the just reward for Chris Soule. It's another T20I wicket for him. A bit of late joy for the Scottish fans.
Yeah. You get it head high to get top of the stumps there. Gets it top of the stumps. When you do that, what happens? The batters, they can't get their hands to the ball. They almost double hit. It goes high into this Edinburgh blue sky. Jack Jarvis settles himself underneath it. Brilliant catch. Australia now move on, lose their 4th wicket. They're 131 for 4.